Hey guys, Corey Arnold out here at Toyota Easy with the brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. All right, so we have been waiting for this truck to get here. By the way, the best-selling midsize truck in this country, selling over 200,000 units. It really almost does not have a serious competitor. But guess what? Toyota still takes the competitors seriously. So we're going to be talking about this truck. This particular one is sold. It is a limited model. However, okay, it's only the third one that we've got. We got two in yesterday. One was an SR5 that a customer took delivery of. I think this customer is taking delivery of the limited on tomorrow. The very first one that we got was a two-wheel drive SR5. So this is a four-wheel drive limited. By the way, let's make a note. The limited, the only way you can get a limited is to get it in four-wheel drive, okay? The only way you can get it limited is to get it in four-wheel drive. Last year, you could actually do a two-wheel drive limited as well as a four-wheel. Not anymore, only a four-wheel drive. So let's check this truck out, see what you think of it, and we will let you come by and take a look. It will be here all day today. We can't drive it, again, because it's actually sold. Number one, I want to start out talking about keys. Now, somebody kind of made fun of Toyota yesterday just a little bit because, as you know, we've been delivering cars with only one key now for a couple of years. Somebody said yesterday we go from one key to now 4 keys. I would like to explain that. All right, so watch this right here. So we've got 2 of these, okay, that are going to come with the Toyota Tacoma. And when you download the Toyota app for this particular vehicle, there is a feature called digital key. Now, what do I mean by that? So that means that once you do the digital key, okay, then you can actually get inside your vehicle, start your vehicle simply by having your Toyota app open. So watch what we're going to do here. Let's get my Face ID on here, 2964. All right, so right here. So this is my Toyota app. When I click on my Toyota app there, it comes up. Now, once you link that to this particular truck, then you actually have digital key. So that's the third key. And here's what Toyota was wise enough to know. Sometimes we're going to let our batteries die in our phone. They are even now making a credit card key. Wow, look at this. All right, so a credit card key on some vehicles, not all of them, but on some. Okay, the Toyota Tacoma is the first one, and it has to be one of the higher trim levels. All right, so you got to make sure that you keep this in your wallet, okay? But does it take the place of this? The answer is yes. You can actually do anything that you want. Of course, you know, your remote start. You can remote start the vehicle from here. You can also remote start from the app, but of course you can't remote start with this right here. So we went from 1 key on some vehicles now to actually having 4 keys. Let's check it out. All right, so up on the front of the vehicle, you're going to see a lot of chrome. Anytime you see a lot of chrome, that generally denotes a higher trim level with Toyota. So this, again, being the top of the line limited model. We've got chrome down here on the bottom. Now, by the way, let's go down and look at this air dam. All right, now, a lot of you are not going to like this air dam. I think that if I actually myself bought one of these, to each his own, but if I bought this, I would remove the 9 screws that Toyota says it's very easy to do. As a matter of fact, I watched a video on YouTube, and the guy timed himself. He jumped down on his shoulder with a screwdriver, and in about 4 minutes, he had all 9 screws off. It simply drops away. It is for gas mileage. So they did note on the video that it's going to cost you probably maybe about a mile to the gallon by taking that front air dam off. It's all about, or chin spoiler, I think I also heard it called that we got there. So it's all about that gas mileage. Also, front and rear parking sonar. Okay, so you've got these on the front of the vehicle as well as the back. Now, here is the nice thing. On an upper trim level vehicle, these can even activate your brakes. So not only do you have visual, because this does have panoramic view monitoring. Now, what do we mean by that? Notice there's a front camera here, as well as 2 on the side of the vehicle. So instead of just having a backup camera, which is standard on everything now, this vehicle actually has got 4 cameras. The idea is that you can see all the way around, all right? Come around the side if you would. All right, so full chrome wheel on this. Remember, this is the limited, so it's all about the chrome. Now, for a lot of us, that black is the new chrome. So if you want that blacked out, then we're going to be doing a different trim level, not the actual limited model. This is, let me find that, a 265 R18. So 18-inch wheel and tire. Now, that's a good-looking wheel and tire. And notice also it's got a lot of tread. That's where a good ride comes from. The distance from the top of that rim to the top of that tire, see how meaty and fat that is? That's actually going to give you a good ride. That's really where a good ride comes from, all right? Here's that other camera. Remember I was talking about the fact that it had 4. So look right here on this side. It's on both mirrors. Notice the back of the mirror back is actually in chrome again because we're looking at the limited model that we got there. Chrome door handle, as well as the chrome limited down on that side. Sorry, I'm not following the cameraman today. I'm going to do better, cameraman. I'm going to do better. All right, watch that. Don't back up. Don't back up. All right. So power running boards on this vehicle. Now, those always have been an aftermarket feature, but I like the fact that you can now get them on a vehicle from factory. They're useful. I'll just be honest with you. Sometimes a running board that's always there looks better, okay? But when you go to get in, at a guy my height, if I stepped up here, then by the time I try to get into the vehicle, it's really just too high. But here it's kind of neat because I can grab here and simply jump right inside the vehicle that we've got there, all right? So just more room that we've got. All right, so power seat here on this side. I don't know about you, but that looks a lot like a Tundra seat, okay? I'm not saying it's a Tundra seat, but to me it looks a lot like it as far as the controls and everything there. Also that pattern, you'll remember that pattern. We've seen that pattern before in some vehicles there. Those actually are supposed to look like little T's there, T's for trucks with Toyota, okay? Let's go up here and see what we got. All right, so we got the power running board switch there. We've also got a headlamp or a tail light on the bed of the truck, so you can actually see what you're doing back there. Ooh, look at this, a power tailgate. We're going to show you that a little more closely, but you can actually open your tailgate by power right here on the dash of the vehicle. Nice option that we've got there. Look at that big 14-inch screen. Now, when I heard that was coming out, I was like, man, how is that going to fit in a Toyota Tacoma? Of course, you know what introduced it was the Toyota Tundra, but guess what? It looks fantastic up there. I mean, it's not too high, but a 8-inch is the actual standard. But anytime you get to the upper trim levels, SR5, and you can get it as an option on the SR5, but it's going to be standard, of course, on the Limited. A couple more things I want to show you up here. Now, notice that you got here. Cameraman's coming around. All right, so a couple of neat things inside the vehicle here. Notice this piece up here, okay, with kind of a brownish kind of tone to it. Notice that it matches the seam there. So you kind of got, you remember last year, the Toyota Tacoma, you could get a chocolate brown leather. Well, this year it's black, but I like what they did. They did remember the brown and actually integrate that into the actual piece of. And now that's not real wood, of course, but the faux wood, but it's good looking though. It's a nice looking piece. Now, when you look at the SR5, you can get this in blue, you can get this in white, and you can also get it in silver. But in this particular trim level, of course, it's going to come kind of with the wood grain look. Look at this right here. This one has the JBL. This is kind of neat. Toyota always shows this on their videos, so I kind of want to mention it to you. It is a JBL speaker that can actually come out, and guess what? It will be fully charged now. You can actually connect this via Wi-Fi and take this with you. And guess what? If you've got some friends that have got Tacomas, you know, you can actually link these together. So if you guys were out camping or whatever and wanted to listen to some music that we got, these can actually be linked with other Toyota Tacoma vehicles. Just kind of a neat option that we've got there. Notice also the heads-up display. Now, heads-up is kind of one of those luxury things that you normally don't see on a lot of vehicles, but this particular one has got it. What the idea is, it projects the vital information up in your line of sight, so you actually don't have to kind of, you know, dig for that. Oh, man, look at it. So we got a heated steering wheel here. Trailer brakes. All right, now I remember back in the day, whenever you bought a truck, you had to go add trailer brakes, but the actual trailer brakes are already here on this particular car. Qi wireless charging that we've got. Now that means anytime you see Qi wireless charging on the newer vehicles, that means we've got wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto right there. 2 USB-C charging ports right here that we've got. I got to tell you though, I thought that I wouldn't like these. I was one of those people that I was just saying, hey, my phone will charge faster if I plug it in. But I actually bought one of these off Amazon just to have a wireless charger. And I got to tell you, I really like it. It's just a matter of, instead of plugging up, it's just convenient just to lay it up there. Heated and ventilated seats on this particular one right there. Of course, the automatic climate control, all standard on this vehicle. And look at this. Okay, so we have got two-wheel drive. The vehicle actually stays in. Now, let me see. Now, I thought I remembered. So you've got a 4 high on this vehicle. Okay, so 2 high, 4 high, and then a 4 low that we've got. If you're doing 60 miles an hour or less, all you got to do is turn right there. you can be in for high. If you've got the vehicle in neutral, then you can stop, of course, and go into for low that we've got right there. Nice option right there that we've got. Oh, this is actually a backup trailer assist right here. And then this is the panoramic view, which means that you can activate those 4 cameras right inside the car. Sunroof, actually, in this one. I'm sure it's standard at the limited trim level. It is an option even on the SR5 and the TRD Sport and the TRD Off-Road. But when you get to the limited trim level, it's standard. That we got there. Digital rear view mirror. Here's the idea that if in case you've got something loaded and you can't see out your back glass, you flip this toggle and it uses a separate camera to permanently display what's right there. Just a good looking truck, nice features. And here's the big news. Okay, now everybody knows that on the old Tacoma everybody kind of complained about the way they were actually seated. So you would sit down and your feet, okay, so the bottom of your heels and your hip would kind of be level. So you sat kind of in the vehicle straight out, but now this sits like a chair would do. So watch this. From the cameraman can see while he's over there. I'm going to raise this seat all the way up because I'm a little bit taller. All right, so look at that now. So I'm sitting just like I'm sitting in a seat. This truck is a lot more comfortable than your current Tacoma. I know you're not going to believe it until you get here. I know how good the outgoing Tacoma was, but I'm telling you right now, this has the feel of a truck as a daily driver. The other truck just made you feel like it's not comfortable to drive every day. This would actually take the place of anything as your daily driver. You got to in the back and kind of look around. Okay. All right, so the cameraman's coming around there. We've got some floor mats. Can you open up that door on that side? All right, so room in the back of this vehicle here. Let the seat belts up here. All right, so what are we looking at in the back here? All right, so I see a AC plug. That's kind of nice. You can actually hit a switch up in the front and actually make that hot, all right? So the same power plug that you would have in your home. Kind of neat that we've got there. Also, 2 USB-C charging ports for the rear vehicle in the back. All right, and let's see what we're going to do here. See, so this is going to come up, okay, revealing a space there. Now this one, now the other trucks I've seen, or the Toyota Tundra, I should say, it kind of holds itself, but this one, it's got a nice little button over here on the side that you would actually plug in. Let me just grab that. There it is right there. And that's going to hold that up and just keep it from actually moving around. Big deep well that we've got right there. I think that's nice. And I like the fact that it's got Tacoma there. Can you see that from over where you're at? Come on, look at the little trucks right there. Kind of little Easter eggs hid all throughout the vehicle there. All right, so let's check out one of the neatest features in the back here. Okay, so we know that the Tundra actually gave us a remote release here on the side of the vehicle. But what the Tundra did not do, okay, it's not power even in the Tundra, not even the top of the line Tundra. But watch this, okay, and you can do this from either side. Hit the button right there and check that out. Power, tailgate, all right, up and down that we've got there. So watch this on the other side. Wow, I got to tell you something. Toyota, go ahead and let me say it out loud. You need to add this to the Toyota Tundra, at least in those premium brands, 1794 Platinum and the Capstone. This is just kind of, you don't need it, but it's just kind of one of those nice options when you do have it that we got. It's kind of neat there. Now, here's something that's a little bit different. Now, notice that when you get the power running boards on a Tundra, you also get a power bed step. This bed step is actually non-power, so you've actually got to pull down and back for that bed step to actually work. So here's the idea, is that when that's down, okay, then I step up here to actually load to get into the back of the vehicle, okay? But again, that is not power. All right, so I hear people keep asking what this is, and I'm glad I watched the video and told me what it was. This is a high hitch mount, okay? So the idea, in case you, or jack mount, I'm sorry. So in case you wanted to jack the vehicle up, a lot of people, the one that comes on the vehicle, of course, is going to be a very low one. A lot of people who do a lot of off-roading carry a bigger jack. So that's just a high jack mount that we've got right there on the vehicle. You got one on that side as well as on that side. And also, of course, it could probably function as a recovery as well. Yeah, because it's beefy enough that it would actually function as a recovery. And I bet some more things are underneath there, right there on that side. 5,000 pounds of towing that we had. So for those of you who say, I don't want a turbocharged 4-cylinder. We got to get over that, because I got to tell you this, okay? The outgoing Tacoma only had 265 pounds worth of low-end foot torque. This vehicle, are you ready for this? This is more horsepower, more torque, and it's better gas mileage. 317 foot-pounds of torque, 278 horsepower, which is more than the Tacoma that you're actually driving now. And guess what? 21 miles to the gallon is the actual average on this vehicle. We get about it's 23 out on the open highway, but 21 is the average. So I got to tell you, for a better seating position, same gas mileage, or maybe just a little bit better, this is actually going to be a hit that we've got here. Guys, come out and see it. Again, this is going to get delivered tomorrow. We can't drive this vehicle, all right, but we can just at least let you actually check it out before this customer comes and pick it up. Come see us at Toyota of Easley. We're ready to order you one. Have a great day. Morning. How are you guys? Someone taking care of you all? Okay. What can we help you with?